Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, I got the RZR up on the lift here. I'm doing a few different things to it, so go check out my RZR playlist if you want to see several different things, plus things I've already done. In this one, we are going to try to replace the U-joint on the drive shaft here. I do have it up on my lift, but you can do this with jacks and a jack stand, just be safe. And I'm pretty sure some people do this from inside. I prefer, it's really not that hard to take these bottom plates off of here. Mine, to get it off, is a bunch of 3/8 screws going up in there, and I'm just going to go through and zip them all off and pull this off. I do have a video on taking this off if you want to go check out my playlist. Yet again, there'll be a link at the end of this, a box at the end of this, that'll link you to my whole playlist on this rig. And here's the rear one here. This one's not as bad as the front, but it's definitely not great. And the front one's right up underneath here, but I can kind of, this one is, hopefully you can hear that, it's all over the place. So I believe there's a pin in here, a roll pin, that goes through this that I got to pop out, and then I can bring it back, bring it forward, and bring it back again. Now that is a roll pin that needs to come out of there. I am lucky it's going side to side. If you don't have such luck, you're going to have to get this thing in neutral and try and get that to where you can get to it. This one is actually sticking out of this side quite a bit. So I'm actually going to go to the other side with this roll pin punch that I have here. Now, I've seen people use nails for these things. You can use whatever you got, but the tip has to be able to go in there and smack the other side of that thing without damaging it, which is kind of what this is for. There it is right there. I wound up finding a bigger punch here, a longer one. The small one I had just wasn't working. I don't know what size that is, but it was perfect. It is 10 inches, 9 7/8, but so a 9 7/8 punch is probably the minimum you're going to want. That was actually a real good size because I was able to kind of reach through, hold on to it, and kind of through the suspension, and I had a good grab on it, and I just used my little hammer. I just got a little dinky one here that I was able to use, and it came out relatively easier than I thought it was going to. But this has been sitting overnight with PB Blaster on it as well, so if you're having troubles, you may try that. I got a rubber mallet here, and I'm not going to be able to get on that very well from this angle. Ugh. There goes something down my shirt. That's definitely going back, but you know what? I'm going to clean this off better. I'm going to just get some soapy water and a rag and get that cleaned up better. I'm going to go try and hit it from the front. I'm not sure if I can get up in there with a hammer. We'll see. Alright, well that didn't work very well. I can't get in there with a hammer. I tried a pry bar and couldn't really get in there with a pry bar very easily either. So we're just going to keep doing this. Yep, I'm pretty sure we just moved it. So I'm having a little bit of trouble pulling on this thing, and I know I can come up further. So yet again, I'm gonna go back to the back and tap on it a little bit here. Oh, come on. Just need a millimeter more here. Okay. Now we're jammed in here. That's the problem. I was worried about that. This keeps getting in the way. Oh, come on. Come on. And we're hitting right on that now. Joke on you. We're gonna make it just millimeters too long to make it easy enough to come out of here. Yeah, I'm going to tap on it one more time and then I'm going to put it in neutral and see if anything changes. There we go. Well, as you can see, I was able to just sneak that fast enough to get this off of here. Like I said, it just barely made it. It's come back a little bit, but it barely made it, but it did come off. Now I'm going to try and bring it backwards this way. Well, I've been fighting that for a little while now, trying to mess with it. In fact, I walked away, thought about it, came back in this morning, tried it one more time, and got it a little bit further, but it still gets jammed on stuff. So I have pretty well given up on the idea of not pulling the interior out of this thing. So now you know, you're probably going to be pulling the interior out unless you randomly get the one that will pull out from the bottom somehow. But I don't have that one, so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some interior out of this thing. If you want a video of me pulling all the interior out of this, I think I have a wiring one I did for my winch. In fact, I'm pretty sure my winch one has some of that. But if you really want one designated for that, comment below and I will do that. Otherwise, it's popping the two seats out and pulling the middle console out. You probably wouldn't even have to pull the seats out. The seats aren't that hard to get out. The middle console, there's a lot of screws around the edges you got to get out, but it's not even that hard either. I just wanted to avoid it and wasted more time avoiding it than doing it as usual. So there you go. Now you know, don't avoid it, just do it. Then you're going to come in here. This is where those front pieces hook onto, and there's the latch right there that the piece goes over in the back and holds the seat in. It's very, very simple. And then you got these right here. You got another one right there, another one there, another one there, and one up on the firewall, kind of up in that area. Those are T30 or Torx 30. Pull those out, that pops off. I'm not gonna worry. To get this off, you pop this top piece off and then you unbolt it. I'm not gonna worry about that. I think we'll be able to move this enough. I hope we'll be able to move this enough to where we can get that out of the way. If not, then I will be back and I will show you me pulling that off as well. Now that that is up out of the way, I'm hopefully going to be able to pull this down and towards you. But we'll see. That is the theory I'm going on. And I might actually, definitely is going further, but I think I'd rather almost go this direction. What are we hitting on now? It's as much out of the way as that's going to be. Maybe not. Yeah, now we're kind of hitting on this cross member here. So. In the front of it, I had to go that way a little bit. It was kind of stuck on something. So you're just going to you're gonna have to wibble and wobble it and move it and turn it and spin it until she finally wants to come out. But boy, I tell you, she's gonna barely make it through there in the end. Oh, and I remember somebody talking about cutting this piece right here. Rather not do that if I don't have to, but if I really gotta, I will. It is under stuff that you don't see, but it's plastic, and it definitely is the back, kind of where your seat belts and stuff, where your seat belts are kind of the inside part that the seat belt hooks to. It's kind of hitting on that part, but in the middle of the two. I don't see why cutting it would really hurt, but I'm right now anyway not going to worry about it. I'm just going to give it a little bit of persuasion. We'll go this way. And hope it doesn't fall down on my head. No, that'll catch it. There we go. I actually ended up twisting it and it popped right loose, so there we go. That is out. Would I recommend doing it this way? I don't know. I've never done it any other way, but I still think it'd be easier to pull it out through the bottom than try and get out through the front, pull all that stuff off the front there, and seems like it's pretty difficult to even get it through there from any videos I've seen on it. This definitely looked easier once you get the interior. Either way, you're going to be pulling the interior out. I've also heard of people pulling it out through the interior. Quite honestly, I don't even want to spend the time trying to figure that one out. So yet again, go watch some videos and see if this seemed any easier. I know I didn't make it look any easier, but once I just pull the interior piece out, and you know, it takes maybe 10 minutes. I wasted couple hours to save the 10 minutes it took me to pull that apart, and maybe another 10 minutes to put it back in, maybe 20, I don't know. That's on, you know, depends on me and how I feel like working, but regardless, it's out. I can go take it to the bench now, start pulling it apart. Alright, well, a couple things. I realized this thing is a pain in the butt to get in and out, first of all, and second of all, these are going to be longer videos, so I'm going to break it up. I'm going to go ahead and you just saw me pull it out, so I'm going to call that a pull out. I will have another video putting it back in, and I might have a third video. That video will have the U-joints, or I might have a third video just for the U-joints. I haven't decided yet, so go check out the playlist that should be popping up somewhere in one of these corners on the RZR here, and those videos will be in there sooner or later. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all, and obviously master of none. You all have a good one.